Yo, what's good? Next in Amolytics. Happy Tuesday. I'll give a little recap of Saturday, then we'll move forward. I went 3 for 5. Wilson and Olson didn't come through there. Olson had a home run that was called foul, just missed it. And then Wilson just didn't get anything done there against Ortiz, which was surprising. Acuna went 2 for 3. I believe he may have, no, he didn't homer. I think he doubled there. And then Quan went 3 for 5, as well as Abrams went 1 for 5. Then our home run hit as well. Soto went yard there. They had a couple against that. I believe that was Abel there as well. But that was Saturday. Moving forward onto today, top 5, and then I'll give a homer as well. It is Dinger Tuesday, so whatever game it is, however many home runs are given up in that game, I believe it's $5 per home run that you get back in bonus bets. Starting out, I like Luis Arraez going against Trevor Williams of Washington out there in San Diego. Williams struggles with lefties, quite a bit. Quite a difference between lefties and righties there. Giving up like a north of 300 average for lefties, and then south of, I want to say 225 maybe for righties there. So I like this spot for Reyes. Has good history against Williams as well. I believe he's like 7 for 15. And then only one of he got walked once against him, in which, so that's only one ball that wasn't put into play when he went up to bat against Williams. Let me find that real quick. Arraez is also riding a 10-game hitting streak. His WRC plus is a little down. You'll hear me refer to that quite a bit now. I believe that puts into context what these batters are doing, whereas weighted OBA doesn't necessarily take into context where they're playing at. So essentially they're both the same thing, but the WRC plus also takes to where they're playing at and the conditions they're playing in into context. And then for this, 100 is pretty much average for the WRC plus, an average player going out there and at bat, and then anything above that, is better than an average player. Anything below that is worse than an average player. So given that context, I will say that Arraez is at an 84 right now, but it's just because he hasn't been hitting one for any power at all. Just, getting the singles, putting the ball in play, and that's what he's been doing. So I'm not really taking, too much off that. I would like him to be north of 100, obviously. But, with Williams coming there, they got some good lefty at-bats in that San Diego lineup, being Merrill, Sheets, and the righties that Williams is going to have to deal with too, Tatis and Machado at the top of that lineup. I like this for Arraez. And as I said, I like the history as well for him. Williams himself is giving up a 360 FIP to lefties with the 176 whip. And then a 381 weighted OBA for him for lefties against him. So again, I like this for Reyes. I know he's not batting for power by any means, but he's someone that I'm just looking to put the ball in play, and that's it. Moving forward, next up, I like Yandy Diaz of Tampa Bay going against Bubic of Kansas City. Bubic's been pretty good this year. I will give him that, but I feel like he's taken a turn for the worse here. New York, the Yankees just got to him, and then I want to say. Texas just got to him. The Rangers got to him for 10 base runners there. New York got to him for 10 base runners there as well. And then pitched a good against Detroit, only giving up 6 base runners, 1 earned there. Tampa Bay's been pretty good. Yandy himself, let me see what his hitting streak is. He's at 13 games there. Against left-handed pitching, he has a 144 WRC plus, 4% strikeout rate. Bubick himself has a 120 whip against righties over the course of the past month, 209 FIP, which is low. I give him that. But as I said, I'm focusing these last two games. I feel like he's starting to make a turn for the worse. I feel like this is a high scoring game on both sides. To be honest, I feel like Kansas City can get to Bradley here as well. He is way better against right-handed at bats than he is lefties. So I would be attacking lefty here. You got Pascantino in that lineup as well. But other than that, it's not really many lefties. They got that rookie Calhoun there too. Other than that, it's a bunch of righties in which Bradley is better in. He's been pitching. I will say he's been pitching in Tampa Bay too, that AAA ballpark. So given the fact that he's going into Kansas City, he might pitch better there. I feel like Tampa Bay takes this game as a whole. But I like Yandy here. Next up, I like Acuna of Atlanta. Been back crazy since he came back. Really looks like an MVP. He's batting against righties a 327 WRC plus, and keep in mind that I just said 100 is average. So batting well there, 9% K rate. Going against Montas. Montas, his first start of this year, has been injured. I'm attacking him based off what I've seen he's done in the minor leagues over the course of his rehab starts. Had a 8.31 ERA in single A, and then had a 13.19 ERA in triple A. So he's going up against a team that's been batting well in Atlanta, and it was over 18 2/3 innings that he had these ERA in. So it's not necessarily like a small, like very small sample size either. So I believe Atlanta gets to him here. And I feel like, the Mets are kind of pushing this forward because they don't really have anybody to pitch. So they're rushing him up, to basically start here because they got a lot of injuries. And I feel like it's going to cost them with Atlanta here. And as I said, Atlanta's in a pivotal stretch. So I expect the at-bats to, for them to have some good at-bats here and get to him. Next up, I like Marte of Arizona going against Vassell of the White Sox. The White Sox are having an opener again. They do that, a lot, but it is a righty. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but it is a righty that they have coming out there against Arizona. Arizona has a bunch of injuries right now. I will say that much. Carroll's injured. I believe Suarez just got injured yesterday. So I see Marte stepping up here for the team, and as he's already been batting well anyway. But, over the course of the past 2 weeks, he has a 175 WRC plus against right-handed pitching, a 20% K rate. Vassell with a 188 whip and a 532 FIP against left-handed batters with a 414 weighted OBA. So I like this spot for Marte. I like him. He's at the top of the lineup there. As I said, getting a full 9 at-bats against the Chicago White Sox bullpen. I'll take that every time, especially someone that's been hitting well. Him and Naylor, you could target here for left-handed batters as Vassell struggles with them. And then my last one here is Pena of Houston. He's at home against Ranger Suarez. You ask why, attack Suarez here. He's been pitching pretty good this year. I'll give him that. But I feel like the competition hasn't been there. Pena's been someone, that you've heard me speak to over the course of, this channel. Someone that, I trust here, being him. And at home against Suarez. Pena over the course of the past 2 weeks, 212 WRC plus against left-handed pitching, a 7% K rate. Suarez with the 106 whip, FIP of 297, weighted OBA 262. So those numbers do sound good, but you got to look over the course of this past 4 games. He faced Miami, Toronto, Pittsburgh, and Milwaukee. In that Milwaukee game, gave up 7 base runners there. We'll say he only gave up 1 earned. So I like this spot for Pena. I feel like he's gonna see Suarez the most out of anybody in that lineup. with him leading off. I believe Houston wins this game, to be honest. But I will say on the other side, who is it for the Valdez? I feel like he hasn't faced anybody either, so I don't really give him that. But I feel like as a team, as I mentioned, I believe it was Saturday. I said Philly hasn't looked good in my opinion anyway. So I like Houston here, and I like Pena. For homer wise, I'm gonna like Olson. I'm attacking Montes. As I said already, his ERA was crazy in the minor leagues, and you're going against a team that's been batting well. Olson's hitting right behind Acuna, so if they're trying to get around Acuna, not trying to give him anything to hit, Olson's right there to clean it up. Could get some RBIs here too. Should get some RBIs in this game against Montes. Montes does struggle with lefties. Olson having a 176 WRC plus, 17% K rate. I like the spot for Atlanta, as a whole. I'm not sure what the money line is, what the number on that is, but I would take that for them right now. As I said, it's a pivotal stretch for them to keep it going. But those are my top five. My bad. In order, I like Acuna, Marte, Pena, Yandy, and then Arraez. So those are my top five. That's my homer being Olson. If you want to be notified when I post, please subscribe and turn on your notifications. Like, comment, share. Let's get this money. Let's go. Amolytics.